Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Earth Live, and my name is Matt. And here we are on episode 2 of Torchwood. We started last week, and yeah, so what do we have last week? We got introduced to some characters. We got introduced to Gwen Cooper, which seems to be a main character alongside Captain Jack Harkness, which we already knew, because of course, this show is a spin-off of Doctor Who, and we love Doctor Who. We also had Toshiko Sato, which was this woman, and she's kind of like the brains of the group, working at Torchwood, it seems like. We had Yanto Jones, which is like the cool butler. We also had Owen, whatever, I don't know his last name, I don't care. He's an asshole. And then we had Susie Costello, I believe that her name was, and she turned out to be the bad guy on that one episode, and she killed herself by shooting herself through the head. Pretty graphically too. She also shot Jack through the head, and then he came back to life. So that's that. We already knew that though, because we're way far ahead in Doctor Who and Torchwood shit. But like, yeah. So we're going to choose that. We're going to introduce what Torchwood is, this institute of like, and there's several branches of Torchwood. This is Torchwood 3 in Cardiff, and Jack explained to us that there's this rift in space and time in Cardiff that I believe happened because of that one episode of Doctor Who with Charles Dickens, The Unquiet Dead, I think it was called, series 1. So that just has that rift open in there, and sometimes things just slip through, and we just have to deal with it. So that's what Torchwood is. They just deal with whatever comes through. And mostly the Institute was built in order to like scavenge whatever alien tech they could find and use it for humanity's purpose. But at this point, because of Gwen, she was like, we could help out, around. And Jack was like, yeah, you know what? Probably we should do that. So then Gwen got hired into Torchwood at the end of the episode because of that. And yeah. That's what happened. Show has a different tone than Doctor Who does for sure. And it's also like coming back to Russell T Davies era in a way, but it's not the same because it's just a different show. But it is have that feel to it to me. It's also like 2007, so it's like it's nostalgic because it reminds you of Doctor Who Series 3 or some shit like that. But yeah, I think we should just go with this episode of Torchwood. So yeah, without further ado, let's just start. Torchwood, Season 1, Episode 2. Let's go.
That plane on fire.
Oh, it's a fireball. Yep.
I've got to go to work.
Oh, right into the intro, that's good. I really like this intro, by the way. Day 1 by Chris Sherman. Alright, here we go.
This is the police computer system. You shouldn't have this.
Might
Girl.
want to stop saying you and start saying we.
Yeah.
Make yourself useful, sweetheart. Pass us the big chisel from the toolbox.
Not sweetheart, Gwen. One syllable. Sure you can manage it.
Oh! Shit.
Okay, we triggered something. That looks freaky. I like it. What did we unleash into this world? Alright, it's gone. Well. Whoops-a-doodle. Is it gonna possess somebody? Alright, possession it is.
There's no readmission.
Nobody else has anything to say on that? Everyone's just like, yeah. Okay, so did something happen there, or was it just a kiss? But like, what happened to her though? That's the actual question.
I don't even know your name. Overrated. Names?
Okay, what is this monster then? Is it like a horny alien? Like, is that all it is? Okay, right into it then.
I don't think I can hold on.
Okay, that was quick.
This. Yeah.
I'm glad for you. You're about to die though to some alien bullshit. What's gonna happen? Okay. So that's how that works. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust.
You two check tools at each other, so
We didn't miss.
I'll sort it. Whatever's happened, I'll deal with it.
First day ever.
We all make mistakes. Get over it.
I like
Now we
that.
find and recover whatever came out of there.
Yeah, we need to look for.
Nightclub day.
Yeah, it's that.
A little unusual.
Some dude was vaporized. Some dude went missing, and then there was ashes on the bathroom. Are those two connected? I don't know. I mean, how would they track that? It's just ash on a bathroom. I think that's the same dude from episode 1, right?
This is all that's left.
How's that possible?
The question is, how did you know this used to be a body?
With you all the way.
Oh! That's how they know.
Wow.
My God. He just...
Came and went.
That was really good. That was really fucking good.
Close match to the dead guy's appearance. Disfigure the face, dump it someplace remote, make it look like a suicide attempt.
Okay.
You have a stash of bodies.
That's what the morgue was in the previous episode. They literally do have a stash of bodies for this shit.
If it weren't for me, he'd still be alive.
I knew she was gonna do this.
The alien's taken on a host body.
A horny alien that wants to fuck people in order to suck their life force. Literally. That's interesting for a first monster, tell you what. Please don't bang your dad. So what's happening to her? Like, she seemed conscious.
None of you have partners?
Just you,
Okay.
How do you switch off from all this stuff?
You don't.
What do you do to relax?
You don't. That's the conversation we're having, I guess. She knows what the fuck happened then. So it's still her. She knows that she got like super horny and disintegrated a dude.
We could cross-reference that with the addresses of the remaining face matches.
Good one, UB. That's a bit more like it.
Okay. Oh, so it comes and goes then, is it? She's trying to fight it back. She's gonna bank this dude. She's gonna bank this mailman. Yes. Okay, they got her. They got her. They got her.
What's going on? Put your trousers on and get out. No! It always breaks my heart to say those words.
She's trying to run away. What? What? Alright.
None of that stuff leaves the building without my express permission.
Fine. Don't think.
Okay, so he's just carrying shit that he shouldn't have at all times then. That doesn't surprise me from him. Do they have like this one track and they just use this track for everything? Because I'm not complaining. Question is, can she bang other women and still disintegrate them?
I just want the energy. The climax.
Oh! The alien just wants to fuck. Is that it?
Right, sorry, just to recap, you've travelled here to feed off orgasmic energy.
There's nothing else out there like it. You taste so good. You're the best hit there is.
This alien just wants to drink cum. That's literally it. What? Why did you open the cell? Well, it was about to kill herself, right?
Please, get it out of me.
Now it's... Don't fuck her. No, 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 no. Gwen, you should be fighting this a little harder. Owen is seeing it. Oh my god, Owen, are you gonna do something about it? Or... No, he's just gonna watch, like the fucking piece of shit that he is.
First contact with an alien, not quite what I expected.
Oh, I guess it's like a succubus, son. It's like a succubus. She literally cannot get off of it. We should stop that.
Wow.
Or we can just watch then.
You people in your quaint little cabin.
It's like a succubus. You can't fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. Why are we watching?
I mean, yeah, come on.
I mean, I know why they're watching.
We're cool a bit first.
Dude, you can just easily find this on the internet when you don't need this shit.
It's got to be a man.
Oh, okay.
Losing. Promise me you'll help me. Promise me.
Yeah, we actually just should help this chick instead of trying to fuck her. This is an interesting
Hi.
antagonist.
Afraid so.
What time will you be done? I was about to start cooking.
Not really sure when I'll be finished though.
Is it exciting though? I get loads of excitement.
I roll. This fucking dude is gonna be the butt end of the joke every time, every episode, isn't it? I have a question. What would happen if Captain Jack fuck her?
That girl's body has been overrun by I don't know what, and you think it's a joke.
That's good. I like that.
She's not some lab rat.
No, she's a murderer. You were the one who wanted her caught. How come suddenly she's your best friend?
You know, strictly speaking, throttling the staff is my job.
Leaving black piles of mucus in the bathtub.
It's always a big giveaway. Aliens have no sense of household hygiene.
So I guess this is just what they do. They just hang out like this.
Gotta pee.
And what's he told you?
What about himself? You've been here longer than I have. We were banking on you. You don't know anything.
Not who he is, not where he's from. Nothing. Except him being gay.
No, he's not. Really, do you think? No. Owen does. I don't.
And I don't care.
You must have his
Okay.
reasons for wanting to keep things secret.
Sure he has. It's not me. Wants to know what they are.
What are we doing having Chinese while a girl fights for her life?
Actually, while we've been eating, the computers have been running a full bioscan on Karis.
Spending so much time with the alien stuff, you've lost what it means to be human.
Wow. Hard thing to bring
Remind us.
right away, episode 2.
Tell me what it means to be human in the 21st century.
Mm.
All right.
Okay, so she's just gonna work. Because I care. God damn it.
Karis Fletcher, born 13th of November 1987. School reports, personnel files from her temping agency, swimming badges from when she was 6, reports of her mother's death in a car crash when she was 10,
Okay.
and last year's emails discussing the relative merits of Orlando Bloom and Heath Ledger.
Why have you done this?
This isn't about meteorites or gases.
Oh.
We have a trapped girl and we have to save her.
This is her life. So now you can care.
We have to find a way to keep her fighting. Remind her to hold on to who she is. Have
I
I got
like-
something on my face?
Eyes of a non-broken woman.
Brilliant. You are brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a walking aphrodisiac.
I did wonder why I...
Yeah.
Actually, I sort of snogged her.
We know.
We saw it. We were watching.
Can't let any man near... Owen.
Jack, Karis is out of her cell.
Cheeky bitch took my swipe card. Taking some readings, you know, keeping an eye on her and bang.
You got away lightly. Be thankful she was only interested in the swipe card. Are you all right now, or are you still feeling a bit of a cock?
The weird ass hand.
Down! That's worthless to anyone but me!
Nothing can happen to that hand yet. Oh, god damn it. Because Jack cares now, because Gwen made him care.
Need me to do any attacking, sir?
Appreciate the offer. Just open the door.
Why?
Now give me the jar.
Okay, jar broken.
Skull's pressing against the skull.
Okay.
As that keeps going, the lungs begin to shrink, making it impossible to breathe. The
Okay.
pressure increases on all the internal organs until...
This should explode. Alright. Wow.
You're desperate for sex because that's what the thing inside you needs. But you know it will kill. Where would you go?
I'll come round and shag you.
A prison? Also, you're an asshole. It's the dude she was talking about on the phone earlier.
Get it out of your system.
Oh, not a good thing to say.
You could have saved yourself.
Yeah.
What?
Now she's gonna kill you. By riding your dick. Alright.
We're too late.
Yeah.
Tosh was right, though. She went for the ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
Lucky she's young. Work your way through my back catalog while we're here till the sun explodes.
Conway Clinic.
You're joking.
What's the problem?
It's a bloody fertility clinic.
Gas needed a host because prolonged exposure to our atmosphere is poisonous to it, but our bodies are the perfect environment.
So if we isolate it from Karis's body,
It will just die on its own.
sounds like we have ourselves a plan. Nowhere to run.
Is she gonna use her Succubus magic?
All this sex. All we see, all we think. So much beauty and so much fear. We want it, but we're so afraid. Ah!
How do we separate it?
Strong. Each time it works less. Each time the feeling's weaker. One more. Make me feel alive. Make me feel human.
I can.
Jack.
I've got a surplus of alive. I'm giving it away.
Oh,
You really want to feel something?
okay. It wasn't as real as I thought it was gonna be. Still weird.
That was just a kiss. Imagine the buzz you get from the rest.
Wasn't exactly the reaction I anticipated.
Take my body as host, just let her live.
Ooh.
When?
I'm stronger than she is. I'll last longer. You might be able to save me. I don't know.
By doing that, it might force it out, but what after that?
She's responsible for this.
No, by doing that, it will come out, and then we can kill it or something. I mean, it will die on the atmosphere alone, right? Or something. Okay, it's out. Now it will die on the atmosphere. If we can, like, run it or something, or trap it. Use the thing that Owen used at the beginning, the cell. The energy cell or some shit. Does that work on gas? I think Jack was moving something on his pocket. I'm so fucking smart! I'm so fucking smart! I'm so good! Chekhov's gun! I'm so happy they worked out that way. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. I'm so good at this.
Travel halfway across the universe for the greatest sex. You still end up dying alone.
Thank you.
Okay. I feel like this is gonna become a trend. I feel like this thing of like everyone's just gonna kiss everybody and everyone's just gonna fuck everybody is gonna become a trend. Maybe it's just this episode because of what this is, but we saved her.
Do one thing for me. Don't let the job consume you.
Like it did everybody else. You bring the humanity into the team.
Who are you, Jack? You can't die.
Asking actual
You
questions.
tell me 21st centuries when it all changes that we have to be prepared.
So you have future knowledge.
Go home, Gwen Cooper. Eat lasagna. Kiss your boyfriend. Be normal. For me.
It's consuming her.
Let's go to bed.
Alright. So that's the theme for this episode then, I suppose. So this is how I feel about this episode. Yeah, so I just pulled up a tweet that I made immediately after finishing watching that episode. And it says, you know, I kinda knew Torchwood was the mature spin-off of Doctor Who, and I was expecting it to live up to that to some degree. But I wasn't ready for the sex-crazed, body-possessing alien gas that feeds off cum energy episode. And I wasn't ready for it to be episode fucking 2. So, you know, that's what we're doing. That's what that episode was. Sorry, I'm gonna set up my phone as a second light, which I do often. This is actually my setup. This is legitimately my setup. It's just my phone on with the lantern, with the light, and I just put a piece of paper in front of it. And oh yeah, I have a cool Gold Experience Requiem case that I made myself. It's pretty dope. And yeah. That's my second light. I have another main light up there, but never mind that. So, what do we say about this episode? Other than the tone is there. It's a tone that I'm not used to, but I guess that's what we're doing. Like, I wasn't ready for it to just go that hard immediately on episode 2. Okay, so I've pulled up the episode here, and I'm gonna maybe skim it a little bit as I talk about it, but like, okay, where do I even begin? Because this episode, if you think about it like a second, it's very uncomfortable. Because so the first dude that exploded, that dude, you can say that was consensual on his end. The second dude was not. Maybe eventually he was like, oh yeah, but fuck it. Let's say that that was not consensual. The thing is, the girl was never on board with any of this. So, at the very least, there's always one victim, which is that girl. And that is the bad, and I don't like that. At the very least, okay, so there's a couple of things in this episode that I'm like, okay, I get what you're trying to say, I get what you're trying to do. But at the same time, the way it's framed, it's weird. So, what am I trying to say? So, at moments, I appreciate Gwen a lot. And the thing is that Gwen just goes like, why are you taking this situation lightly? Because I actually want to find that scene, and I want to hear exactly what she said. This isn't about meteorites or gases. We have a trapped girl, and we have to save her. And Jack has this look on his face, is like, damn. And Gwen goes, when I was with her in the cell, Karis told me that she was losing. We have to find a way to keep her fighting, remind her to hold onto who she is. And then Jack is just like, you're amazing. You're brilliant. So yeah, I really like how Gwen was the human focus here, and she continued to be, and that was kind of like the thing at the end, is that she was the one that cared for this girl more than anybody else. And I like that that Jack didn't dismiss her for it. Everyone else kind of did a little bit, not entirely. Well, mostly Owen, but Tosh seemed to be pretty okay. But Jack seemed to be really on board with Gwen being the way she is, because that seems to be what they're bringing up, is that Gwen is new here. She is not only new here, but like she has fresh eyes of someone that hasn't been corrupted by this piece of shit work that they do. So when they see Gwen, she is the only one that has kind of like the human touch, that thing called empathy and care for some of the stuff that happens here, some of the people that they have to deal with. Meanwhile, everyone else kind of doesn't have that anymore. And you can attribute that to them being like not great people, Owen, or you can attribute that to just the fact that they have to do this crazy fucked up shit every day, so they just disassociate from that. Also, the fact that they probably do that every day, all day long, so they just don't have any time to live a life. They also brought that up a little bit, it seems like. So Gwen, being the only one that does have a boyfriend, and she kind of has a life, and she's new here, Jack at the end of the episode goes like, do me a favor and don't lose that. Don't let go of that. Just focus on that and continue being the way you are. Continue being like human. So because we need that. We need someone like that here. I really like that. And I like that Gwen was the one that actually did care for this girl. Because the thing about this girl, like I said, she's the main victim. I know that there's like 8 dead dudes, but I feel the worst for this girl. But Gwen also got upset at the fact that they were sandbagging that or not taking it fully seriously, particularly like towards the middle of the episode when they had her in the cell. when Owen was just like looking at it, and he was like, "Oh damn!" And then she called the other two, and they were also looking and going like, "Oh damn!" And then they go like, "Well, actually, we should go help." And then they decided to do that, and Owen is just like, "I'm gonna record this." It's like, so I know that Owen is a piece of shit. Like that was established previous episode. This episode is just like doubled down on that shit, and also the fact that. So there was a moment when they go, oh, she's just exploding with like pheromones. She's just like a succubus, like I said. She's just making people want to fuck her. Which is why Gwen was like super into it, and then she was like not. He was like, no, it doesn't work with someone like you need a male. So then they go Owen, and then they go to the cell, and Owen's just naked in it. And it's like, do you come here to get samples? Or do you actually come here to fuck her too? I mean, maybe not. Like, maybe he not, because he knew that he would have died. So maybe that wasn't his plan. Maybe actually he did came to get samples. But I'm still like, I'm not sure. Not of him. Of him in specific, I don't have much confidence. But anyway, so okay, I like that Gwen actually did care for this girl, and it made Jack care for the girl too. And I do like that they did care for her in the end, but I do feel like maybe that was a little bit sandbag a little bit, but it maybe would have taken focus out of the episode and what's actually important, or I don't know. So maybe it wouldn't have flowed as well, but whatever. Moving on from that, what else should I talk about now? Just the fact that monster is just a hentai plot. Like I was talking to a friend just now, and my friend was like, "That sounds like the plot out of a hentai," and I'm like, "Yes, it does. Actually, you're 100% correct. It sounds like the plot out of a hentai." And that's a bad. I don't like that. But I feel like Russell D. Davies approached Chibnall, and he was like, okay, so I have this idea. Okay, I have this idea for a Doctor Who spin-off. And it's not going to be anything like Doctor Who. We're just going to have some alien bullshit and all that. But we're going to have Captain Jack. We're going to have John Barrowman in it. We're going to get this crew of characters, and they're going to be like, we're dealing with the alien shit that is happening in Cardiff. And it's going to be a mature spin-off. We're going to aim it towards a more mature audience. It's not going to be for the kids. And Chris Chibnall heard that, and he was like, gotcha. He was like, mature. That's the word that you explicitly use. So now, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the cum-chugging, gas-possessing chick alien monster episode. And that's what we're going to lead with. And Russell Davies looked at that, and he was like, you know what? Might as well. Fuck it, while we're at it, just for sure, let's go with that, you know? Because, like, the way I feel about this episode is that I wouldn't call it bad. But I would call it uncomfortable. The fact that that is the actual plot of the episode. Again, what did I write? What the fuck did I write? The fucking sex grace body processing alien gas that feeds off cum energy. The fact that that was the antagonist, that was the plot of the episode. We gotta stop that description that I just gave you. I'm just like, you know that gif? You know that fucking gif of the blinking eye? The guy that's just blinking, just like, that's how I feel. Because I'm just like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that specifically. I'm just like, okay. Cool. I'm just cool. So, my favorite part of the episode was definitely Gwen being caring, and the fact that everyone like treats her like she's caring, and that's a good thing. And Jack convinces her that that is a good thing. That is my favorite part of the episode for sure. Dude, there was one line of dialogue that fucking got me, and it was when they were watching the tape. By the way, fucked up that they just saw the tape of the dude fucking and exploding. Sorry, fucking and disintegrating. And the other dude was actually watching that in the security camera, and who was fucking jacking off to it as well. And that is fucked. But also the fact that they saw it and they were like, and Jack said came and went, and I just died. I couldn't. I was almost crying. That joke was so good, and it hit so hard too because he was just like so raw. And I think Owen also did the same. He also just was like, I didn't see it because I was doing that, but that line got me. Okay, I feel like this entire episode was worth it just for that line of dialogue, because that got me real good. So, okay, what else? Yeah, I'm gonna skim through the episode. I forgot I was doing that. I took like 5 breaks in the middle of this discussion and before and yeah. So I'm just, this is gonna be really disjointed. I'm sorry about that. But like, okay, like, what do we focus on to talk here? Because I feel awkward talking about a lot of things here. I guess I talk about the most awkward thing, like, already. Like, the solution... Okay, so the solution to the problem was Jack... Okay, so for a second, I was really worried. Like, halfway through the episode, I was already worried. Because I was like, okay, this gas alien that possesses this chick forces her to fuck with dudes and feed off their energy. What would happen if Jack did it? Because Jack is both immortal and has like unlimited energy or whatever the fuck, because somehow he maintains himself alive, and he's a dude. So, and also he's Captain Jack and he fucks anything. So maybe? But I also didn't want that to happen because that would be really bad. So they didn't do that, but he did like kiss her, and that somehow, I don't know what he did. He did like give her some energy or some shit, and she passed out from it. And then Gwen was like, let the gas take my body, I'll be stronger, I'll be able to resist it better, maybe. And I like that Jack was like, no, let her do it, this is your fault after all. Because like when I heard that, I was like, oh, it's totally not gonna do that, because like they did mention before, like it needs a human host because it will die on itself on the human atmosphere, so it needs to be hiding within another person. So when they said that, I was like, oh, they're gonna force it out, and then somehow they're just gonna take it out or trap him or whatever. And when I thought of the word trap, when I thought of like giving it some kind of like thing in order for it to stay still in one place, I was like, oh, the device that they used at the beginning of the episode, that's gonna come back 100%. And when Jack said, yeah, let her just take you, it's your fault anyway, it's your responsibility, I was like, Jack is totally gonna save her. He's totally gonna save her, and he's gonna use the fucking device that I saw at the beginning that Owen used. And then when the gas was getting close to Gwen, you can look at Jack's like arm, he was like this, and then you can see his arm move a little bit. I was like, oh, he's reaching for his pocket and he's just gonna drop it, and he did. And I was like, that's so good. I'm so fucking smart. I'm so big brain. My brain has so many wrinkles, you guys. I feel so proud of that. And then he just died. And then there was this really weird line of like, you came here for the best sex in the world or whatever in the universe, and you die alone. It's like, sure. I think that was an attempt at a badass line, but the fact that it was all about sex, it was weird. Like, here's the thing, I'm getting the impression the show's just not gonna care. The show's just gonna show people fucking like every episode, left and right. Main cast, they're all just gonna have an orgy in one of these episodes. I'm fully expecting that at this point. But like, because like everyone kissed each other. Like there were like so many making out sessions in this episode. Like so many of them. There were like at least 2 or 3 fuckings. So sure. God, this has to go on YouTube. So I'm just gonna try to edit around that and not show too much. I mean, it's not that they showed anything specific, but like, I mean, yeah, specific, not explicit. But still, I'll see what I can do with the other thing about that. But yeah. Anything else? I'm skimming. Dude, for a second I thought she was gonna fuck her dad. I would have noped out of the show. I would have immediately been like, you know what? I'm not watching the show anymore if that had happened. Oh, the hand. Let's talk about the hand. And I don't mean Okuyasu Nijimura Stan in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond S Unbreakable. I mean in the hand that the doctor had. So when the girl wanted to escape, I think her name was Karis. She wanted to escape. She actually grabbed the hand. For some reason, that was the one thing that she grabbed. That it was like, oh, this should be important. And Jack was like, no, that is worthless to anyone but me. So then it's like, oh, so it matters to you. So okay, I carry it, I guess. Like you told me exactly what I needed to hear. And then she did break the glass with the jar with the hand, and she did run away after that. But it seems like they just put the hand back in another jar, so it didn't matter. Like, the thing about that hand is that, like, I know what it is. It's the doctor's hand in fucking that he lost in the Christmas invasion. And I think he had that. He had that on Utopia. I believe he did, because I think the Master used it. And he did have it on Journey's End too. Why does he just have the doctor's hand, though? That is my question. I mean, you would want to keep the doctor's hand, I suppose, but, like, why does it matter? It's just a hand. I mean, it did end up ultimately, like, really mattering in Series 4, but, like, you have no way of knowing that, so, like, I don't know why he's keeping it there, other than the fact that it's going to come back at some point. Like, does he have any sort of plan with that hand? Will it serve any purpose other than the ones that I've seen in Doctor Who? I don't know about that. I do like that they seem that they just like go and eat Chinese food together, or not necessarily Chinese. They just eat together. They just have, they. It seems that they're trying to build up the fact that this is like a family. They're just hang out. They're just sitting there. They're just eating food and talking dumb bullshit. That's good. Like, that's good. It's not just like this heavily like robotic place where they just do this crazy alien shit. I do like this downtime in the middle of like, we're just hanging out. But Gwen was understandably like, we should be caring more about this girl who is just begging for help. And she's also like a really fucked up victim. So we should help her out. I like Gwen a lot. Like, I like Gwen so much. Right now, the tier list, it might just be Gwen first, Jack second, Yanto or Tosh in third, and Owen in fifth. Fuck it, Owen in sixth. There's nobody in fifth place, but Owen is below that anyway. That's how I feel about this crew so far. And Gwen is awesome because she cares, and that's what I like about her so much. That she cares. It seems like she cares about everything save her boyfriend, which is ironic. Well, not to say that she doesn't care about her boyfriend. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but she hasn't shown that she cares that much. But it might just be because every time we see a scene where she's with the boyfriend, I believe is his name, something like that. But every time we see a scene like that, she's thinking about Torchwood or thinking about other shit. Right? So then the boyfriend is like, what are you thinking about? Are you listening or whatever? Because every time it's like the boyfriend is just saying some dumb shit that nobody cares about. And Gwen is just thinking about the real shit, which is the show. You know, she's thinking about all this dumb alien bullshit and she's not paying attention to him. And it's this thing of like, I cannot tell if she just doesn't care about this dude or if she does care, but she's struggling to with the situation that she's in. Maybe. She did kiss Jack this episode, and that was not because of the like alien pheromones or whatever. So she did kiss Jack this episode at one point. And she was like, "Thank you." I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, kiss, thank you. And then she just walked away. Okay. Here's the thing though. Did that kiss mean anything? Usually kisses do mean things. Usually they do mean stuff. I'm, however, someone that I don't feel like they should matter that much unless it is explicitly stated that they do matter. Like, I'm pretty sure there are cultures where people just kiss each other in the mouth and there's no issue with that. It's just like a platonic thing. So like, I don't think that it should matter unless both parties do give it the meaning that it should have. My question is, because this is only episode 2, would it be possible that this is just going to be a thing, the show? Everyone is just going to kiss and bang each other all the time and it's not going to mean anything? Because if that's the case, I can be like, all right. I can actually be like, all right, that's just the tone for the show. And everyone is on board with that not mattering. So fuck it, doesn't matter. The boyfriend, though, he should be on the loop in this. So I'm leaning towards Gwen doesn't give a shit about him. She gives a shit about everything else, but not him. And that's fucking wild. That's weird. So, yeah, that's a weird thing. But anyway, anything else worth mentioning this episode? I'm skimming through it, but like nothing. Yeah, generally this episode was just super uncomfortable at times. Like it was. So here's the thing: is that I wouldn't even say this episode was not entertaining because it was. I will give it that. It wasn't boring. Because I feel like the setup is so fuck you stupid out of nowhere, and it's just so fucking wild that it's just a hentai plot that I'm just sitting here like, okay, I'm listening now. I didn't know what we're doing, and now we're doing this, and now I'm, at the very least, I'm intrigued. I don't necessarily like it, but I want to know what the fuck. I want to know what the fuck. That's it. That's where the sentence ends. So that's how I felt regarding this episode. Awkward, but what the fuck. So I guess it was interesting and intriguing to watch. So I guess it worked. But at the end of the day, I feel really bad for that one girl. I really do. So sure. Yeah, that was the quote. That was the sex crazed body processing alien gas that feeds off calm energy episode. If anything, I'm curious to see what the fuck next episode is. Because I don't think I can live up to that. In the sense of like level of bizarreness. I don't know if I can live up to that because that's pretty fucking wild. That's pretty fucking wild because someone had to think that. Someone had to think that concept. And the only way you can come up with that concept is watching some hentai or some shit. Like some crazy, weird ass porno. That's the only way. Because you either watched it and are thinking about that, or you're coming up with an idea for a porno yourself. Like, and you turn it into a Torchwood episode. What the fuck, right? So yeah, episode was okay. Awkward. I will move on from this and we'll see next week what that week will be about. But yeah, that was a weird day one for Gwen. That was a weird one, but sure. I like Gwen. I like Jack. We'll see where this goes. Next episode of Torchwood. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this weird ass episode of Torchwood. If you would like to see next one, it should already be up on Patreon as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care.